In this video, I want to talk about batteries and how batteries work with solar systems. So the whole purpose behind backup batteries and storage is to be able to take the solar energy that is generated from your solar system, and whatever isn't used in your home immediately goes into the battery, and the battery will store up the energy to its capacity. There are batteries out on the market that have about a 10 kilowatt hour storage capacity. There are some out there like the Tesla Powerwall that have 13.5 kilowatt hours of storage capacity. And then some that go up to 16 and 20 kilowatt hours or 18 kilowatt hours of storage. Now, generally speaking, most homeowners that I have helped use anywhere between 15 and 30 kilowatt hours per day. This is factoring in everything that they're pulling loads from. When you are using a battery in the event of a power outage, or a public safety power shutoff, or someone runs into a telephone line and the power gets cut, your battery is going to kick in and it's going to supply energy that you need to maintain safe temperatures for your refrigerator. So your refrigerator will be backed up. Some lights will be backed up. Some outlets will be backed up. With certain batteries, certain loads can be backed up on a battery. Typically, any sub-panel breaker that's between 15 and 30 amps can be backed up with your battery. Certain batteries only have the ability to do 4 critical loads. Some can do all the critical loads. And all that means is you will have to pick and choose which appliances or which outlets or what energy backup you want to use the storage for. So in other words, just because the power is out and you have your storage battery, I would caution you from using or draining the battery before the sun comes up the next day. It may happen, but I would go into conservation mode because you don't want to be in the middle of the night or late in the evening. Say the power goes out at 3 p.m. and the battery kicks in, and between 3 and 9 p.m. or 3 and 10 p.m. you're just running all the house or all the breakers that are backed up on that battery. You don't want to drain that battery because you don't know when the power is coming back on. So if you know that there's a power outage and you're going into battery usage and using the storage in the battery, go into conservation mode. It's a good idea to do. You don't want to be running the dishwasher. You probably can't even run the dishwasher. You're not going to be able to run AC. If you get a total home backup system, you could do those things, but it's going to take several batteries to do this. Most homeowners are going to get 1, maybe 2 at the most, and to the extreme would be 3. But the message I want to share with you is batteries are there to bring you power when the grid goes down, especially after the sun has set and solar is no longer generating real-time electricity. Now, the other thing I want to let you know is if there is a power outage and a multi-day power outage, if you have solar but you do not have a battery, you are without solar energy as well. So because your solar system is grid tied, no battery, that means your solar system is rapidly going to shut down until it senses a current flow of energy from the grid to turn back on. So that is one thing that I want to let you know. When you go solar and you don't have a backup battery, in the event of a power outage, you have no power, just like everyone else that is getting their electricity from the grid. Now, if you have a battery and you have solar and there's a power outage and it's multi-day, during the day, as soon as the sun rises, your solar system is going to kick in and start working to give you power to your home while simultaneously recharging the backup battery, so that when the power goes, or when the solar system stops producing after the sun sets, then you're going to draw from your batteries or your battery. So you want to make sure that in the event of a power outage, you go into conservation mode, even if multiple breakers are backed up by that battery. It's just a good probably a good just practice, because you don't want to drain your battery and then have your refrigerator go 12 plus hours without electricity. I'm sure the food would be fine as long as you kept the door shut. But we have lived through a 5-day power outage without a battery, and we lost a lot of food. We had our solar, but our solar system didn't work during the power outage because we didn't have a backup battery and we didn't have a generator. Now let me talk about generators for just a second. If you have solar and you have a generator and a generator that's tied into your main service panel, it is very important that you have a main transfer switch. What this means is it shuts off the solar, shuts off the grid, power to the grid, and it will only allow your generator to make power that will run through the main service panel and then provide power to your house if you have a huge Generac generator. I'm not a generator expert, but this is my understanding. If you run a generator and your solar system is still on, or the power comes back on and you run that generator and the solar inverter is on, you will fry the inverter, you will damage your solar system, and you are SOL. I don't want to cuss on the videos, but that's what you are. You do not want to run a generator without having a main transfer switch. So that's very, very important. I know that there are manual transfer switches and there's automatic ones. Speak with an electrician of what is the best way to do it, and if you let them know that you're going to be getting solar or you have solar before you get that generator, and start using it alongside of your solar system. They do not mix. You will ruin your solar system. So just word of caution when it comes to generators, because people ask, generators or backup batteries? And I say, there are pros and cons to both. What's more cost effective? Probably the generator, but then that means you have to maintain it. It means you have to keep fuel on hand if it's not, wired in or piped in with the natural gas coming into your home, and they can be loud. And certain cities and counties require a certain kind of generator because of the noise levels. So make sure before you go out and get a generator, you do thorough research, especially if you have solar installed on your house. Okay, so that is this video. Oh, wait, going back to the battery. Even if you don't have a power outage, but you just are wanting the battery to use it during those peak hours of the day. Once it's topped off, then any excess energy that's generated by your solar system that you're not using in your home goes to the grid, and you will then begin building up net energy metering credits with the utility. So you will not lose your energy. As soon as the sun sets, you can program the battery to be able to use it during those peak hours. So you can use the battery storage first, and then once the battery hits its reserves, then you're going to go to the grid, and that's when you'll start debiting using your kilowatt hour credits that you have stored up with the utility company. So that is a really brief overview of how batteries work, how generators work, what happens if you don't have power, what happens to your power if you don't have a backup battery but you have solar. This video was really a bonus video to help you understand what to expect when you have solar with a battery or solar with a generator. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.